just wanted to show this project that's coming up for 5th grade. I haven't taught it yet before, but it came about during our professional development day, looking at student data, and just volume kept coming up. Volume and surface area and perimeter kept coming up 4th, 5th, 6th. We really need to kind of repeat that in new and exciting ways for our students to help engage them and repeat those lessons. So I created this Boombox Ceramic lesson for 5th grade, and it's going to start by making a net. So the students are familiar with what a net is in 2D versus 3D rectangular prisms. And so what we're going to start with is we're going to make a net, and then we're going to figure out what that looks like flat, and then what it will become 3D. So we need to figure out what's the back, what's the front, what's the side, what is the height, width, length. Then we're going to sneak in, what is the volume of your boombox box? What is the surface area? When we have it flat, we can figure it out. And then we add, of course, all of our fun creative details. We figure out, oh my gosh, look at this is what this looks like when it's flat. It's upside down, it's turned this way. And really help them understand that transition from planning out something to it being 3D. And in the end, you actually get this really cool form. So the net, when folded like this, becomes this rectangle without a top. So they know that the net would have another piece, 6 pieces, if it was a complete rectangle. And so then we get this, see if I can get this to play for you really quickly. It's actually a speaker. So Mr. Salvo is going to talk about the music. So the music gets louder in the speaker versus not. And Mr. Salvo is going to talk to the students about, you know, music volume and how the sound bounces off the walls of this ceramic piece and kind of reverberates and creates that kind of retro sound effect, and how other surfaces create different sound effects. Like her sound room is soft, and the sound bounces differently off of different materials. So we're all going to try to sneak that in our own ways and have a lot of fun in the process.
Thank you, Mrs. O'Neill. Well, like Mrs. O'Neill said, when they come into music, we're going to talk about sound effects. And it's really easy to do that in this amazing recording studio. And students always ask, Mrs. Salvo, why is the foam shaped like this? And so we discuss how sound waves work. They bounce off the nearest place and back to your ear. And if that was a flat surface, the sound would kind of burst in a way that is not exact. And when the sound bounces off of the foam, it shapes the point so that it reaches a nice crescendo to your ear. So one of the things we're doing is looking at the history of sound and recording, the phonograph, multi-tracking, a mixer board. This is more modern. Of course, the record, evolving from that to tapes, and then to CDs, and then to MP3s. And so what we're using here for software for MP3 is a program called Audacity, and the students have already recorded some songs that they composed. And what we're going to do is look at different effects within Audacity. So whenever we amplify or change the style of the sound, you can make it so that it sounds in a small room, a large room, a big hall. And all of that has to do with volume, perimeter space, how far the sound has to bounce to get back to your ears. So it's pretty fun for the students to get to record, and just using this EQ board, they can change the presets from a bright room, a warm lounge, etc. So they can hear the difference in speaker sound in all those different places. So that's our next step.
This project is such a great example of how the Cold Spring School teachers really work together around our student data. They are giving every child every opportunity to be successful each and every day. And for that, I'm extremely grateful. Thank you.